So this is a photo of me from when I was a child. I'm first generation Armenian American. My family is originally from Kharpert. My grandmother was born in 1920, just after her family had been displaced to Syria. And my parents were born and raised in Syria and immigrated to Boston in 1974. And I was born shortly after. So I grew up in the Boston community, which is very much like the Los Angeles Armenian community. There's lots of activities, church, of course, and all the other organizations that I played a role in shaped me to be a proud Armenian member of the Boston community. And, my grandmother lived with us. And so we spoke Armenian. I went to Armenian school. And so I'm fluent, and that's what enabled me to write these books in Armenian, is that support, that background, and that knowledge. So about the writing, I did write some poetry here and there when I was in my early teens during writing classes, and that was very important to me at the time, but I never thought I would write a book. And then when I had a baby in 2014, she would sit in her room, like you can see here, her name is Areni, and she would crawl all over the place, but in her room, she had tons of books, and she would sit there, we would watch her on the baby monitor, and she would flip through the pages and spend 30, 35, 40 minutes in there at a time reading books, which is amazing. But I really wanted them to be Armenian, and I had a lot of trouble finding Western Armenian books. And so I thought to myself, I'll just do it myself, which is very much a mama and an Armenian mama thing to do. So the first book was ՈՒՐԱԽ ԽՈԶՈՒԿԸ. I published it in 2016. It took me about 6 months to write it. The illustrator, Kazakh, her name is Lily Tang. And I found her online, and we've worked on every book together since then. I did a Kickstarter, so I tried to raise funds. And my community and the immediate people in my network, basically one day I had $5,000 to publish these books, which was incredibly helpful, right? Instead of funding it myself. So I knew that people wanted this book. It wasn't just me. And since then, I've sold over 4,000 copies of just this one book. My mission is to promote Armenian literacy. When my kids were young, and they still are, I wanted them to learn to love the language and to really want to learn it. And I thought that, having these books and having the language in their ear, besides me speaking it, them having books that they loved was an important part of it. There was a Saturday school graduation in May, and there was a student, and she gave a speech, and just something she said has really stayed with me. And she said, and it just, the translation is, when I speak Armenian, my heart is full. And it just felt exactly how I feel. So I just want to promote the literacy so that our kids all have that same feeling. To do that, what I've done is created these books. They're stories, they're brief and uplifting, and they always deliver a message. So behind ΟΥΡԱԽ ԽՈԶՈՒԿԸ, it's about friendship and how friends play together and accept Խոզուկ, no matter how dirty, no matter how smelly. And certainly you'll see that when we get into the story. The books have friendly illustrations, and they're board books, so they're very durable. And most importantly, they're written in Armenian. And as of just this past fall, they're written in Eastern Armenian. So that's, obviously a step forward in getting into all the right hands. And bonus is that they have transliterated text. So if you don't know how to read Armenian, or you're married to someone, or there's an extended friend or family friend who doesn't know how to read Armenian, they can read English text and be saying Armenian words. So these are all my books, and I believe this is the last slide before we jump into reading. I have 4 stories. They're written in Western Armenian. Like I said, just this fall, we have ΟΥΡԱխ ԽոզոՒԿը in Eastern Armenian. And then I've also translated 2 of my more popular books into English books. So these are available, the Armenian ones from kidsreadingarmenian.com. The English ones are on bigearsbooks.com. And if you're in LA, and you're familiar with Abril bookstore or Sazarabad bookstore, they also carry the books. And of course, whoever is attending this reading and we'll fill out the form, like Alex mentioned, you'll receive a free copy of the Eastern Armenian version of ՈՒՐԱԽ Խոզուկը. Thank you again, QSLA, for the invitation to speak here and to do my book reading and to do the activity. I'm going to jump into reading the books. Okay, ՈՒՐԱԽ Խոզուկը. Տեսնանք ինչպիսի է ուրախ Խոզուկը. Մեկ շնիկ երկու կադու միասին քնացին ընկերների հետ խաղալու. So the one doggy and the two cats get together and they go to play with their friends who are throwing the ball around. Երբ հասան ընկերների մոտ, նրանց քթին գբավ վատ հոտ. Something smelly, and they're all smelling it. Այս ինչ հոտ է, մտածեցին. Ով է պատճառը, խոզը, թեցին. Ինչ կգարձեք, ցին. Խոզուկը գրնալ լալ երկու կնալ գոհոդին գոր, կհարցնեն ու մտածեն գոր, ով է հոտ տվողը, they're thinking, who's the smelly animal here, who's the smelly friend? Մոդեցան, նայեցին զարմացած, խոզին դեսան ոտից քլուխ ցեխով պատված. They got closer and they looked in shock. The pig was covered head to toe in mud. Ընկերները ճուր եւ օջար փերեցին. The friends are such good friends. They ran right off and brought soap and water. And we know what they're going to do, right? Someone's dirty. It's got to be done. Yev Chozin milav loatzretzin. What great friends, right? Who doesn't love a bath? U noritz chagatzin, yerketzin, dzidzagetzin. Desek inch makure. Piggy's so clean. They got back to playing and singing, giggling and having a really good time together. Hence chagan avardvetz, noritz nuin vat hodenaran. Polora shirchvetzin, chozi goma tartsan. You know, after a little while, they thought to themselves, it's getting pretty smelly again in here. And they turned and all looked to the pig. Choza tsecheri mich erudel noritz. Sae chozugi panuchunan is. Tsecheri mich anhok chagalan u tavalvela misht. They're starting to see that this is just the nature of a pig. A pig is going to play in mud. That's how it's happiest. It's playing and having a great time. So there's no point in changing what's natural. Ընկերներն իրեն ընդունեցին ինչպես որ գար. The friends decided the pig is our friend. We're just going to accept the pig, muddy, smelly, or not. Եվ շարունակեցին իրենց ուրախ խաղը, մինչև արևը մայր մտավ եւ ձգեց լուսինը. And so they just continued playing because it didn't matter if the piggy was smelly or not. They're friends and they were having fun. And so they continued playing until sunset. So that's the whole story. You know, like I said, the idea is to really promote Armenian literacy through fun graphics and a fun story. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Piggy's always going to be Piggy. So that probably means always playing in mud and always being just a little bit smelly, but it didn't really affect their play. So I'm going to ask you now to move into the activity part of the evening. And so in case you haven't printed it or downloaded it, I believe Alex put it in the chat. So you can, if you have a printer at home, you can print that out now and we can work on it together. And if you'd like to save it or do it later, the instructions are at the top. But the first step, besides printing it out, is to color it. And then I'm going to show you, we love these activities here. We love anything that we can print out and color, but eventually this is what it will look like. So it's just a boring old cat until you flip its mouth open and there it's got a fish in its mouth. So this big mouth puppet, as we saw the cat in the first page of our Piggy story, is swallowing a fish whole. So while we're coloring, and I'm going to do it on my end too, I would love to invite you guys to ask me questions. I'm really an open book. So whatever you guys want to know about, I'm here to answer. And if you'd like to just stay on the line and color together, I'm happy to do that too. What's everyone coloring with? What colors? So far, my cat is blue, guys. I don't know. Do you guys know of a blue cat?
My cat's black and white.
What's your cat's name?
Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Cat, a blue cat, a smart cat. Smart cat, yeah.
Smelly cat. Smelly or smart?
A Smurf cat.
Oh, Smurf cat. Mine?
And a snail.
Yeah, it's a blue one.
He has a little snail on his back. He has a little hat.
I like my
Smart cat.
We have so my daughter, who was 9 months to a year when I started writing the books, she, like I said, loved reading. And speaking of cats, she's 9 now. So that was 8 years ago, and she loves Garfield. And Garfield's a big old orange cat. So I'm always tempted to draw my cats orange. But this one, I'm glad someone brought up the Smurfs, because I used to love the Smurfs too. I don't get to watch them a lot these days, but I used to love a good Smurf show. Let me see what you guys have so far. Let me see the... Oh, nice. Ah, so cute. Կարդացեք արդեն. Nice.
Այո, ես կտրել էի, բայց չէի ներկել, ճիշտն ասած, բայց հիմա փորձեցի ներկեմ։
Այո, եւ գիտեք ինչ, ասեմ որ իմ website-ից վրա kidsreadingarmene.com, եթե գփապակիկ, ասանք թուղթիկներ կան աշխատանքներով, ամեն քիրքերու մեջի character-ներն են, so գադուն շնիգը խոզուգիալ գա, մասնավոր խոզուգինը չիրի, որովհետև popsicle stick պետք ունիք եւ ասիգա միակ աշխատանքն էր, որ ավելորդ ապրանք կամ փորձիկ պետք չունիք, միայն մգրատ, crayon եւ printer-եք։ So եթե գփապակիկ եւ ուրիշ աշխատանքներ գուզեք, որ քիքի մեջի character-ներուն մասին են, գրնակ անդեղեն website-ես արնեց, բոլորովին սրի է, I don't even ask for email addresses, you can just download from there. There's
Okay, what is the email address, please? I'm sorry, website որ մտնեմ։
Հոգ չէ, հոս վարն ալ քրված է թուղթին, it's kidsreadingarmenian.com.
Oh, okay.
Այո, it's I think I wrote just for fun or activities.
Yeah, yes, childcare ունեմ, so yes, ամեն ինչ էլ ունեմ material, բայց ես կանեմ, որ երեխեք ավելի fun ունենան։
Այո։
Շնորհակալություն։
Շատ սիրով։ Մենք ամառները այս ծևով կանցնենք, ինտերնետի վրա կփնտրեմ coloring sheets, activity sheets։
Ես էլ ունեմ, ես գրքեր ունեմ, ես գրքերից copy եմ անում ու շատացնում եմ, like I make more copies and I give to kids. Whoever can cut, they cut it. Whoever cannot, I cut for them or I help them to cut.
Yeah.
So we do activities.
Yeah, մեզի համար լավ փորձ է, I mean, Երանի ավելի քրությանն է, բայց իմ քիրքերս շատ բզդիգի համար են, գսեմ սովորաբար երեխայի համար են, 0-ին 3 տարեկան, որտեղ ծնողքն է կամ մեծ մամիկ, մեծ բաբիկներն են, որ գգարթան գոր, բայց նոր գարթացողի համար գրնան
Հեշտ է ավելի։
այո,
Yeah, it's easy to read and understand.
Yeah, գիտեմ որ նույնիսկ անոնք որ հայախոս են մեր գոմերը շատերը մորցած են գարթալ կամ զորավոր չէ գարթացածնին so երենով քրելն ալ որտեվ կան մարդիկ որ անշուշտ ասած են որ բեչուներն էլ անանք հայերեն թող գարթան որ հայերեն սովին եւ կան ոմանք որ ավելի օգնություն պետք ունին եւ բան դժվարություն ունեցողներն ալ թող գարենան անել ցևով մը գրնան անել so անգլերեն դարեն so
այո Չէ, այս ճիշտ աշխատանք է, լավ բան եք մտածել, երեխեքի համար շատ հարմար է։ Ես էլ ունեմ հայկական գրքեր, իմ գրքերը ես Հայաստանից եմ հիմնականում գնում, երբ որ գնում եմ Հայաստան առնում եմ կամ քույրիկս ուղարկում է։ So ես էլ ունեմ հայկական, անգլերեն եւ իսպաներեն։
Oh, իսպաներեն, nice.
Yeah.
Maybe hachorta.
Yeah. So my cat is yellow.
Oh, shadavore. Ուրիշները?
Thank you.
Okay, yes, I'll imas verchatsa, karete verchatsa. I'm almost done here. And then we'll fold it. And if you're not done coloring and you want me to, if you want to fold it together and you're not done coloring, we can fold it together and then you can finish coloring.
Mm-hmm.
When you can, sorry, Kichik. All right. Okay. Ուրեմն զալելու համար to fold it, you line up the, oh, sorry, I can't see myself in my, here we go. So to fold it, let me, thought it would be cute to have the video background, but let me turn it off so you guys can see me. Okay. So to fold it, you take both lines, so the top line and the bottom line, and you make them meet, folding the other half behind it. So, sorry, let me see. So take the top line and fold it down to the bottom line. My cat's face is going to be a little wonky because I've never done this in a camera before. So, and then just smooth it out a little bit. Madiknerov, I space Brian Ansek or Zapak Mana. And then you have a crisp fold and a boring cat. Or is it?
It's a nice cat. It's not boring.
It's not boring.
It's a nice one, nice blue cat.
So anyone else want to show us your colored
My fish is kind of pinkish, reddish fish, and the cat is yellow.
Nice. Okay. Oh, very cute, Sylvia. Very colorful mouth there. Anybody else want to share?